Not if we can stop him before the update goes live. Secret codes. I know the headquarters of Fat Boy Industries like the back of my hand and can get to the polyditetrahexammonotriaethyl.
Grand Central, lead the way.
Wait. I don't want you to get involved.
Or because you love me or because you don't trust me?
Boss, could you turn around for a second?
The middleman turns around and Wendy plants a kiss on top of it. Off the middleman pants it. We cut to a changing room. The middleman stands by a phone on the wall.
Hello, Lacey.
And we split screen with Lacey in the loft.
Hi, Wendy's boss. I was starting to think that what happened this morning.
Do you wish it didn't happen?
No, but I was starting to think that I dreamt the whole thing. That, and I'm not sure I'm ready to have two people in my life with those darn watches.
Lacey, listen to me. It happened, and it will again. You know, if you wanted to.
I do.
I just have some business to take care of. Will you wait for me?
I've waited this long, haven't
And off the moment, we cut to Fat Boy Tower, established Ignite. You've seen it in the Lotharian Contamination Protocol. Chiron, Fat Boy Tower, corporate headquarters of Fat Boy Industries, and then Servant Neville, 8:30 p.m.
This is Servant Neville's private entrance. From these tunnels, he has private access to every room in the facility.
Now we're inside the polyditetrahexammonotriactylon chamber. Night. Tyler rushes Wendy in the middleman through an octagonal door.
And as promised, I have the codes. So, ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce the polyditetrahexammonotriactylon?
And we reverse angle to reveal the polyditetrahexammonotriactylon. A giant, Jack Kirby-style machine. The hundreds of harvestable supernatural pineal glands are prominent in a transparent chamber at the machine's core. The superstructure of the machine looks like a conflagration of massive U-masters, all waiting to be activated and dominate the world inside a massive chamber full of catwalks, mezzanines, and the like.
Look at all those pineal glands. Hundreds of them. It's like a gland NATO.
A tornado made of glass.
Yes.
Not for long.
But as the middleman reaches for into his utility belt for a grenade, you have to admit, my plan is sheer elegance and destruction. The machine onto an upraised platform that makes him quite dramatically the centerpiece of the array that makes up the polyditetrahexammonotriactylon.
It must have been 10 years ago that I identified your organization as the only thing on earth that could stand in my way. It took a lot of time and money to conceal my work from you, to harvest the thousands of pineal glands I needed without disturbing the psychic plane of the world and setting off your radar. To identify young Mr. Ford as the linchpin in your destruction, first as a potential recruit, and then because of his relationship with young Miss Watson. But now, everything has gone exactly as I have foreseen. From Miss Wassman's distress call to your reaching for your concussive shockwave generator to destroy my machine.
If you know your concussive shockwave generator so well, then you know.
Click! The middleman activates a switch on top of the grenade.
Now that I've pushed the fail-safe detonation switch, no force on Earth can stop the destruction of your infernal machine.
And then something strange happens. The middleman's grenade turns into a block of cheese.
Did your grenade just transform into a block of cheese?
The middleman looks at the block of cheese in his hand, dumbstruck as Wendy pulls out her BTRS scanner. BTRS scanner sound effect. Bork?
Yes. At the molecular level,
That can only mean one thing.
somebody here has the power to change reality at will.
The software upgrade has already gone live.
And the polyditetrahexammonotriactylon has been active all this time?
Of course it has, you imbecile!
No!
Wendy draws her sidearm, only to see it transformed into a fuzzy pink bunny. Wendy looks at the cute creature in her hand as Servant Neville gloats.
Did you really think I would leave something as epic as this to chance? All my life I've wanted to make Fat Boy Industries the most socially proactive company. I went green gate to the poor, set up solar farms, and personally saved the whales. But it hasn't been enough. The world insists on continuing on its self-destructive path towards total pollution. Now that I've harnessed the power of high technology and the force of the supernatural world to make myself into a living god, I will use the power to make the world a better place.
I've seen this before, Servant Neville. No man can take all of this for himself. This volume of power will twist your mind and corrupt your soul.
Not my mind, not my soul. As I speak, every new master in the world is networking with my breath.
And as Manservant Neville speaks, we go outside to the streets of the city, and we see people with their U-masters, but the U-masters escape the grasp of their owners and levitate into the air, swarming around tall buildings as they fly into the atmosphere, and finally forming a web around the earth, united by luminous beams of psychic energy.
With my web of psychoactive technology reaching every corner of the planet, tapping into the very consciousness of every living creature, I have the power to shake the very fabric of reality. And I shall begin by reversing the greenhouse effect at the speed of thought. Then I shall turn all the petrol-burning cars of the world into efficient hydrogen fuel cell vehicles with a flick of my finger. I will cause all of the endangered species to propagate with a wink of my eye. And then I will turn all the beings of this world into pee.
Excuse me?
World's heavenly tiller. Ferrets shall become marmots. Rugs will be soup and adobe blocks will transmogrify into rods of uranium. Where shall be a new world order.
The power has driven him mad.
Tyler steps up to the middleman, whispers.
I know where the off switch is. Keep them talking.
Watch your six. Break.
As the following exchange takes place, Tyler breaks from the pack and rushes toward an Edison switch hidden somewhere in all of the catwalks of this architecturally varied space.
Manservant Neville, you may think quite highly of yourself, but surely you know that free minds will never submit to your dominion.
You are wrong, and I will prove it to you. When the time comes, you will surrender yourself willingly to me.
That's never gonna happen.
You'll find it a lot easier to agree once I've taken everything that matters from you.
And with that, Manservant Neville reaches out with one hand and fires a bolt of lightning at Tyler. Tyler screams, his body twisting in agony, as his life energy is completely drained by Manservant Neville's onslaught. And any resemblance to Emperor Palpatine's Force lightning is strictly coincidental. No, really. Even if Tyler should become transparent for a moment and you should see his skeleton. Wendy rushes over, catching Tyler as Manservant Neville's attack ends and he collapses into her arms.
Tyler,
The middleman arrives at Wendy's side as the tears well up in her eyes.
And he won't be the first until you give in to my reign.
Manservant Neville holds up his hands once more. Bamf! Wendy and the middleman are transported, Dr. Manhattan style, to the loft, hallway, night. Wendy and the middleman, their position is unchanged. Only there's no Tyler in Wendy's arms.
Tyler, please,
Wendy,
give me an order.
I'm sorry.
Give me an order.
Wendy drives the middleman against the wall, tears of rage streaming from her eyes.
Tell me what I have to do to take down that son of a bitch, and I will do it. Give me an order.
Manservant Neville transported us here, teleported us here for a reason. He wants to punish us. You need to find Lacey and Mr. Noser at once.
And we cut to Noser, inside the loft, trapped inside a massive diamond.
Mr. Noser!
Can we cut him out of there?
It's a massive emerald-cut diamond. He's probably in some kind of stasis.
Wendy? Is that you?
The middleman and Wendy exchange glances, then as he leads the way, bounding up the spiral stairs, we cut to Wendy's room. Lacey lies in Wendy's bed, covered by the sheets. The middleman reaches over and pulls the sheet from over Lacey's face to reveal that her skin is gray, her face is ravaged by bruises, and her hair is falling out.
Lacey, no.
I don't know what happened. Noser was rehearsing downstairs because Anvil was welding in the living room again. And I came up here to take a nap. What's wrong with me? I feel weak.
The middleman gathers Lacey up in his arms.
Lacey, listen to me. Everything is going to be okay. You lie back, close your eyes, sleep, and when you wake up, this will all have been a bad dream. Do you believe me?
Yes.
I love you, Lacey Thornhill.
And off the middleman, kissing Lacey on the forehead, we smash cut to the corridor of the loft. Day, the middleman